That should be it. Let me read some more. Blazes, this is tricky, but by Malphas. Yes!
Yes?
We got lucky. The prophet was right. This is an archive. Be precise. The gathered memories of the ancient starlings.
They don't seem to have memorized a lot then.
We will see about that. Come.
And now...
No!
So, Magistra, I'm guessing a word of warning would have killed the drama?
One moment. Here.
Okay.
The Starling prophecies were right. The ancient fathers have lived in this place for eras, maybe eons. And throughout the years, they have documented the rise and fall of every civilization. And we're just about to see their memories of the Pyreans. Correct. And yet, they never helped any of the civilizations that were extinguished by it. Who knows?
Doesn't that die?
Maybe their hands were... Who knows? Maybe their hands were tied somehow. Or that. But that's just speculation. What we do know is that neither the Red Madness, the High Ones, nor the Cleansing could harm them, and that their knowledge might be the key to completing the beacon. Now, would you look at that? Welcome to the memories of the ancient fathers. Let's see what we can learn from it. Yes, the Grand Master was right about this. The Pyrean history should perfectly reflect the different phases of the cycle, including the cleansing. That's the first step of the cycle. Out of nothing, life forms itself. And from that life, man evolves and starts populating the Earth. The second step of the cycle, just as the Grandmaster said. A first civilization arises, blossoms, and falls. For us, it was Asadoron's reign of the Eterna, which collapsed after Starfall. Who knows what it was in the age of the Pyreans? Let me see. Yes, this is the creation of a theocracy. After the first civilization falls, a second one arises. That is reigned over by a few who proclaim themselves gods. Do you see the hats? These were the sun priests of the Pyrean realm, the equivalent of our Lightborn.
That's step number 4, the downfall of the rulers. For us, it was the Shadow God and Rathzor Renthiel who killed the Light One. In the Pyrean age, it was this general, Jakal. He was a member of one of the reigning castes himself, but one day he turned against them. He was the Pyrean Shadow God and the Pyrean Terranor Korek all in one, so to speak.
The chaos, the war, the Red Madness. This is the 5th step, where we are right now. Do you see this shape in the background? This must be the High Ones who are behind all of it. The cycle nears its end. The 6th step. The cycle concludes, the cleansing happens, and mankind vanishes, just like that. Do you see this temple in the background? This must be the temple in the city of 1,000 floods, the heart of the Pyrean realm. And after the 6th step, it all starts over. So this is the final proof. Everything that has happened to the Pyrians, and probably to those before them too, is now happening to us. That's the question, but by the gods.
What?
Farewell, mankind. It ascends to the sky, to the high ones. Mankind doesn't vanish at the end of a cycle. It becomes a high one. That is how they reproduce, how they feed, or whatever you wish to call it. Don't you see? These shapes that ascend skywards. They're thoughts, our consciousness, our souls, and all of them together form a new high one.
So you're saying what a high one really is the consciousness of an entire civilization?
Yes, it's our memories, our thoughts, our dark knowledge, our collective consciousness. This is monstrous. Yes, by the righteous path, that's it. Korek is right. In a way, humanity does reach a new level of existence, because it becomes one of those beasts. Oh, yes, we do. The word of the dead. You said the aged man left it for you, didn't you? Then this is the way. The Numenos. I know what it is. Or rather, what we need to fill it with. The essence of a high one. It's hard to explain. The problem with the high ones is that they don't have a physical shape, and this makes it hard to fight them. They are everywhere and nowhere, just like the air. This is why we need the beacon to fight it. It has the power to banish them. It's an assumption, but a well-grounded one. What the beacon does is channel massive amounts of energy and unleash it on its core. Isn't it logical, then, that we need something of what we want to banish? Like an energy signature inside it. It might sound far-fetched to you, but it feels right. Well, this is where it gets complicated, but I think I also have an answer to that. The word of the dead. We need to use it on a high one, to enter its mind. If there is any place we can find a high one's essence, it is there.
Well, that's peachy. Now all we have to do is find a high one who allows us to use the word of the dead on him. Should be an easy task, considering that they've already been so cooperative.
That is correct, but I know where to find one. Where the last cleansing took place. That is where we need to go. And once we are there, you need to listen to the echo.
Of course, you can see what happened back then.
Correct. The echo grants you the ability to feel and relive the memories of this world. But since the high ones are immaterial and will not reveal themselves to us when we want them to, all we can do is travel back to a point where they did. The last cleansing, where the Pyrians became one of them. Yes, this means that we have to find the holy city of the Pyrians, where the last cleansing took place, the city of floods. Well, I hope this place can help us find the answer. If the ancient starlings witnessed the entire cycle of the Pyrians, then they surely knew a lot about the geography of the world as it was back then as well. We need to keep searching. Come, let us go back to the tower.
Entities reproduce by devouring the consciousness of an entire civilization. If I didn't know that all this was actually happening, I'd say that someone had had one drink too many. It just sounds so bizarre.
Is it? Don't we ourselves breed pigs so that we may eat them once they're fat enough? In a way, the high ones are just like us, except that it's our thoughts that they are after rather than our bodies. It bears a certain kind of logic. You cannot deny that.
Oh, yes, totally. You know what's kind of funny about all this? Knowing that Korak's story about mankind ascending isn't as stupid as it first sounded. We don't cease to exist, no. We live happily ever after, united into a high one. That's almost consoling.
Yes, but is this new high one really us? Or does it just need us to come forth? Yes, we know now that this is how they reproduce. but we still know far too little. How did they come into being? How long has this been going on? So many questions.